Hi, fifth graders. We're here to think about who are you as a writer. Our teaching point is that writers reflect upon who they are as a writer. And the way we do this is we, one, think about how we feel about our writing. We think about genres that we prefer to write. We think about topics we like to include in our writing. Then we're going to record a FlipGrid video of our reflections to share them with others. And a third thing that we want to kind of include is we're going to add some effects to our video that show who we are as a writer, because eventually we're going to take a photo of them and use it as a selfie for our writers gallery in the classroom. Why are we doing this? Well, at the beginning of the new year, it's always best to reboot and recharge, thinking about what type of writer we want to be, and maybe kind of setting goals for some the type of writer we wish to be this year. So before we start, I just really quickly want to share with you where in Google Classroom this would be, because this is one of our first assignments. Usually your assignments will be under the subject area it is. So today this is sort of like our writer's workshop, and there's sometimes going to be a link, and today there is one for FlipGrid here. Once you click on that link to our FlipGrid, you'll see this. And so, like I said, the assignment is, who are you as a writer? We're first going to think about what type of writer we are. That's the first thing we want to do, is reflect. So listen to me as I do this. I'm going to think to myself, I always like to write about my family, so that's something I know about myself as a writer. I enjoy including themes when I write narrative texts. I like to give the reader sort of like a life lesson that leaves them smiling or leaves them feeling fulfilled at the end. And then the last thing I really kind of enjoy is I like to write historical fiction. I love learning about time periods, and it's fun to match them up, the nonfiction and the fiction, all in one story. All right, so boys and girls, I'm going to model for you then how to do the next step, which is to actually record your response. I've reflected and I'm ready to go. So you click that red button there, you'll see the word record comes up. Now, keep in mind, you only have 30 seconds to record this video, so it's not going to be something that you're going to take a long time to do. That's the reason why we want to first add our effects, because once we start the video, it will be recording. So before I do that, I'm going to go, hi guys, there I am. I'm going to go add some effects that kind of share with you guys who I am as a writer. Remember I said I like to write about family? So I'm going to go to that button there that said text. See the purple A? I'm going to click on text. I'm going to pick the one I like. I like superpower. Notice how the cursor came up right there. I'm going to type in the word family, because you know how I said I like to write about family. I'm just going to kind of slide that up to the top. I also said I like to write about themes. Maybe for that one I'll do an emoji, like maybe a heart emoji would work. It kind of shows that I like to write about things that are like heartfelt messages that I want to leave with the reader at the end of the story. And then, like I also said, I like to write historical fiction. A lot of this that I've been putting here is about fiction. But I really do enjoy researching time periods and including what I know about the time period in a story that I craft. So I'm going to write historical fiction. And since that's a little bit neon, you might have to move that somewhere where you can see it a little better. All right, I kind of like that. Look, I can play around a little bit more, moving things. I don't like the emoji there. I can move it there. You know what else I can do, guys, is we can add a frame. That's something you could play around with. Maybe I'll try this blue one. You notice how I'm just sort of like, I put something up, and then if I don't like the positioning, I can move it around. And now I feel like I'm good to go. I feel like I'm ready to record. I have my list of reflections I just quick jotted down, and I have to remember only 30 seconds. So it's going to be pretty quick. All right, kind of give yourself a little pause, breathe, and get ready to record. Okay, here I go. Goes 3, 2, 1. Who am I as a writer? Well, I love to write about my family. As you can see from my writer's notebooks, I always have like pictures of my family on them to remind me that that's a topic I like. Also, as a writer, I enjoy including themes in the text that I write. I like to leave the reader with like some kind of life lesson when they finish reading. And the last thing I wanted to share about myself as a writer is that I love to write historical fiction. I love when time periods intersect with fiction and it comes together in a story about a true time period.
Who am I as a writer?
Oops.
Well,
so afterwards, did you see how there it came to a screen that said review? It will allow you, I'm not going to do that right now for you guys, but you get to watch back your video. And then you go to next. And this is where you can take that selfie that kind of shows who you are as a writer. So unfortunately, see how I have historical fiction kind of long at the bottom there? You can't see it all. But that's something to keep in mind when you guys make your own videos. You want to make sure that there's not long text across the bottom because if you can't see it. Okay, but I'm ready. I'm going to smile. Here I go. Okay, there's my selfie. You can only see Rickle fiction because the historical got cut off, but that's okay. And that's it. All right, it says upload your video, and then you can submit it to your teachers. Okay, so you click that submit there. You don't have to worry about link. You don't have to worry about title. You can just click submit. If you wanted to change the way that your name shows, that's fine, I guess. Okay, boys and girls, just real quick before we leave, let's talk about our success criteria. Ask yourself at the end of this, have you watched the video, to see this video here I made right now, to see how to reflect on yourself as a reader and to record in FlipGrid? Then afterwards, after you watch the video, did you use the code to access the FlipGrid and record your response? And then the third thing would be, did you get a chance to play around with the effects to personalize your recording and take that selfie? Okay, boys and girls, thanks so much for sharing in with this lesson here. A quick way for us to kind of reflect on who we are as a writer. Bye, everyone.